Hi! Today I want to share a message with you that I've been thinking about lately. And to be honest, I've already been tested regarding this message because I want to talk to you about being a soldier. And I already had to go through some discomfort to film this video because it's like a really rainy day today. And despite this, I decided to come out like a soldier, not caring about the hardships. Join with me in suffering, like a good soldier of Christ Jesus. No one serving as a soldier gets entangled in civilian affairs, but rather tries to please his commanding officer. In the spiritual world, we are soldiers of Christ Jesus. When Paul wrote this letter, at the time, people saw Roman soldiers walk around all the time, so they knew what a soldier looked like. My father had to serve in the army for a year when he was my age, so he also knew what a soldier looked like. Ever since then, they got rid of this rule in my country. That meant that I did not need to serve as a soldier, and so a young man like me, growing up in the 21st century, I don't know what a soldier looks like. This past weekend, I participated in a hiking trip called Extreme Character Challenge, and I guess I could say I got a little glimpse of what it could be like being a soldier. Now obviously going on a hiking trip is nowhere near as hard as serving as a soldier for a year or for even more time perhaps, but there are some aspects that are similar. When I was up there in the mountains carrying a backpack all day long, scaling one mountain after the other and sleeping in tents when there was snow outside, I felt like I was living a completely different life. At first, these challenges, these hardships really bothered me, but after a while I just couldn't care anymore. I was focused on my challenges and not afraid of them. I was like, yeah, I know what's coming for me is hard, but I don't care, I want to do it. I'm gonna give it my best shot. And I was certain I would find a way to overcome them. I got into a different mental state. A mental state of a soldier. I think that is what being a soldier is about. You develop a really high level of discipline and endurance. You're always ready to face your challenges and you're never too tired. You're sure you'll find a way. And you don't even think otherwise. So what does this mean in the spiritual world? How can we please our commanding officer who is Christ Jesus? Being a soldier of Christ Jesus means that you're always ready to fight sin the way a normal soldier would be ready to fight their enemy. You see, a spiritual soldier must move with caution all the time because this world is filled with spiritual landmines. If we are to act like soldiers of Christ Jesus, then we always have to think about the spiritual background of the things that we do, and we must only proceed with what is right, and we must deny what is sin. We have to enter this mental state of a soldier where we're so determined that we do not care about the discomfort anymore. We do not care about the price we have to pay to be obedient to Christ. We only care about serving our commanding officer. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to paint the picture of a life that is only filled with discomfort and with suffering and nothing nice. The thing is, God calls us to rest. That is why He gave us Sabbath. And I think we need Sabbath more than we realize. For most people this means that once a week they start caring about the spiritual things. Mostly on Sundays, they go to church, they read the Bible, they talk about God, things like that. But I think the Sabbath should be a period of rest after focusing on the spiritual things and the spiritual wars all week long. You see, a soldier doesn't care about everyday things. He's always focused on his mission. As soldiers of Christ Jesus, we need to be always focused on our spiritual missions. And when it comes to Sabbath, we have a period of rest in the presence of our God, when we leave and withdraw from the dangerous areas of this world where it's filled with landmines, and we go into a safe space, we go into community, we go into where God is abundant, And we just rest there, knowing that, okay, now I can take some rest, now I don't need to fight, now I just need to refill my batteries in the presence of God. And then we need to be ready to go at it again. So how do you feel about these things? Do you feel like you can act like a soldier of Christ Jesus in your day-to-day life? In what areas of discipline do you feel like you need to improve? If you're feeling up to it, you can leave your answer in the comments. I'll be sure to read them. So anyway, this was just a short message, just a nugget to think about maybe throughout your day. So thanks for watching. I hope this was useful to you, and see you next time.